Okay, gang, we're in week 4 of Multimedia Portfolio, and we're going to be taking a look at your assignment, which is creating 3 billboards for a local attraction, a zoo, an aquarium, a theme park, something like that. I've put together a sample of a couple of portfolios with the first couple of pages of your multimedia portfolio, just to kind of give you some direction and give you some ideas as to expectation level and finished samples. Now, let's take a look as a refresher. Remember, week 1 we did our self-assessment and our dream job paper, where you took a look at 10 job postings for me and answered a series of questions on each one of the job postings to get a little better idea of the skill level requirement and the areas of interest and requirement by the employer for a given position and position type. So that was week 1. Week 2, we developed a personal brand or personal logos for your portfolio, something to brand it specifically for you, to give it a look, a feel, and an overall brand. It was page 2 of your portfolio that we set up by creating an InDesign file with facing pages to create what we call case studies or spreads in your portfolio. So week 2 was creating that personal logo or that personal brand. And as you can see by one of the student samples here, Matchstick Design was the name of his portfolio. And he created a 1-color logo for me on the left-hand side in all black, another 1-color in blue, a 2-color, which he created using red and orange, and a full-color or 4-color logo. You must have at least those 3 brand manual samples for your personal logo. Remember, we did a business card, which is 2 inches by 3.5 inches, and we did a front design with the logo and a back design, which included your contact information. We also created a letterhead, which included your logo and your contact information, address, email address. Now, remember from a letterhead, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, that you need to be able to write letters and print invoices on them and then fax them off to employers or clients. So make sure that your letterhead isn't too busy, that there aren't big background images that you won't be able to type or write over the top of. And we also created a 4.25 by 9.5 inch A10 envelope, a business envelope. And I recommended even placing a stamp on it and an actual mailing address, whether you write it in a handwriting font or you type it in. The idea here is that we get as close to realism as we possibly can. Make it look real, even if we never make these things. We want it to appear as if they went to press at one point in time. And last week was week 3, and we created a minimal of 3 swag items or marketing items, things that you could hand out to employers or clients. And as you can see by this student sample, they chose a t-shirt, a skateboard, and a matchbook for the Matchstick Design name. I did a wimba session last week showing you how to, in Photoshop, copy and paste a logo that was created in Illustrator into Photoshop and manipulate it over the photograph of this marketing handout or this piece of marketing material, and create a transparent background. Your 3 items should have transparent backgrounds. As you can see in InDesign, the student was able to apply a drop shadow to each item and create a master background. As we get further along in the semester, we will be creating master backgrounds for each one of your spreads or case studies. So make sure that your Photoshop files include a transparent background. And that brings us into week 4, which will be our billboard project. Now take a look at the 2 of the 3 billboards that this particular student created. They chose the Naples Zoo, and they even went as far as creating a new logo for the Naples Zoo. Not a requirement week 4. You can use the logo they currently have, but if you create a new one, it does add another layer or dimension to your portfolio, another discussion point between you and the employer or the client. Now let's take a look at the elements of the billboard. The billboard has an image. It has a call to action, which this student created a call to action called Wild Nights. It has the logo of the venue, the Naples Zoo, and it has driving directions or directions, and it has a contact point. Those are the elements that are required. The contact point is normally a web address, nowadays, but you could include a phone number if you would like. But those elements are required on each and every billboard. And you'll notice that both billboards have the call to action, the logo, and the contact information in the exact same logo. They shouldn't be varied from billboard to billboard to billboard. We are building a campaign, so the image will be replaced, but the other information will stay the same. You can introduce new background colors or elements, but I don't want to see a change in placement of those other elements. I want there to be a consistency. If the client or employer drives down I-75 and they see one billboard, and then they drive down I-95 and see another billboard, they should be able to tell that those were from the same venue for the same event or call to action. All right, so this is a campaign. There shouldn't be a huge variance in the look and feel of one billboard to the next. And we'll be creating a series of 3 billboards. Once you create the design for one, it's a matter of replicating the design and replacing the image element. Now, to give you a little heads up, as we go into week 5, we will be creating items for the store. This is an amusement park, so we'll be creating postcards and magnets and T-shirts and pens and anything that you might find in a amusement park store that would be selling for the amusement park, like bumper stickers and things like that. All right, so as you're developing your billboards, think about the strength of the campaign, the strength of the imagery, because we will be replicating that next week in the amusement park store for some of the items they might be selling or giving away as a brand for their amusement park. Any amusement park in Florida is fair game, from Legolands to the zoos to the aquariums to the museums to any kind of attraction that would be considered of the amusement park or attraction theme. Many have done Naples Zoo, many have done the Tampa Aquarium, some have done the Tampa Park Zoo, some have done SeaWorld, some have done the Magic Kingdom, some students have done, one did Legoland because that's a new attraction. Anything in Florida that a visitor may see as an amusement park or attraction that they potentially would like to take their family to or go to is fair game. So week 4, we are doing 3 billboards. I've put a student sample attached to this sample into the assignment section, along with this wimba classroom session. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'd be happy to give you any feedback or any direction through the process. Now, as you're doing file place of your designs into InDesign, I hope that these student samples are giving you an idea of the level of expectation, the level of professionalism, and the level of finished work. Remember, this is a reflection of what you can do in the programs, what you can do in the creative process, and what you can do as far as professional final output goes. Now, as you're placing your files in InDesign, I had a question about resolution, that they look a little bit fuzzy, some of the images, even though they know they did a much higher quality finished product. By default, if you go to the View, Display Performance drop-down in InDesign, by default, you'll get a typical display, which means that InDesign isn't working really hard to make the resolution really high. More of speed of placement and the ability to bounce around InDesign. If you want to see finished output level, you need to switch your display performance to high quality. Keep in mind that this takes more rendering time, so it will slow down your InDesign file as you move around the file and make and edit and do things. So just be aware of that. But high quality will give you a finished output display level. All right, now good luck with week 4. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to walk you through the process a little bit and have fun with this amusement park. One of the beauties about living in Florida is there's tons and tons of attractions and things that you can do every week with your family or with friends. So hopefully this topic is exciting to you and can give you something to kind of wrap your design ideas around and have fun with it. Remember, we're building case studies. So even weeks like week 4 are the beginning pieces to the complete study. And week 5, we'll do the facing page, and we'll complete this case study. So we have one case study for your personal brand, and now we have one case study for an amusement park. All right, gang, have fun.